Let's look at stories making. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo asked Nigerians to elect 2023 election, and Governor Godwin Obaseki blamed increasing rate of drug abuse in Edo State on ASU strike. On the foreign scene, Somalia is set to hold unsettled presidential election. In sports, China withdraws as 2023 Football Asian Cup host. A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they know they shall never sit. I am Lilian Izinwa Uzoize. Now the news in detail. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has called on Nigerians to put sentiment aside and elect the best in choosing leaders into elective positions, especially come 2023. The Vice President stated this in his interactions with stakeholders and delegates of the All Progressive Congress APC on Friday in Akwa Ibom, the 16th state he has since visited in his nationwide consultations with party delegates, reaffirming that his aspiration to become president is hinged on giving his best in service to the country. Osinbajo said 2023 election, beginning with primaries, may be the most significant for the current generation and generations to come. Professor Osinbajo added that he chose to offer himself in service to the country as president come 2023 because of his firm belief in and dedication to Nigeria's great future and destiny. Vice President also on Friday condemned the brutal killing of Deborah Samuel, students of the Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto State. Samuel, a second-year student of the college, was killed on Thursday following an allegation that she had blasphemed Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. Speaking at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, the vice president commended the Sultan of Sokoto, the state governor, and other leaders in the state for condemning the shameful act, insisting that the perpetrators be brought to justice. Before now, President Muhammad Buhari has condemned the killing. In a statement by his media aide Garba Shehu, the president said the news of the killing of the young lady by fellow students was a matter of concern. He therefore demanded an impartial, extensive probe into all that happened before and during the incident. The Christian Association of Nigeria has condemned the gruesome murder of Deborah Samuel, a 200-level student of Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, by some extremist fellow students on alleged blasphemy. In a joint media briefing by CAN and CAN Youth Wing on Friday in Abuja, CAN's General Secretary Joseph Daramola said that the unlawful and dastardly action of the perpetrators must be investigated. Daramola said that the act should be condemned by all right-thinking people, and the security operative to fish the perpetrators out and prosecute them. He further explained that CAN has urged teachers and preachers of religious intolerance, extremism, and terrorism to repent before the wrath of God descended on them if the state failed to bring back them to book. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki yesterday in Benin, the state capital, blamed increasing rates of drug abuse in the state on the lingering academic staff union of universities ASU strike. Reviewing the state security situation for the month of February, March, and April, Governor Obaseki said the state recorded 19 drug abuse cases in February, 34 cases in March, and 23 cases in April. According to him, drug abuse is now the number 2 issues of concern in Edo State. According to him, analysis that there is high rates of consumption of drugs in the last few months. The review came after a joint security meeting between the state government and representatives of various security agencies in the state. Obaseki meanwhile noted that road accidents accounted for a large number of deaths, according to the state, stressing that the state had enjoyed a relative decline in other incidents, which shows that state is becoming safer. Moving to the foreign scene, Somalia is set to hold its long-delayed presidential votes this weekend, ending the complicated electoral process that raised tensions in the country when the president term expired last year without a successor in place. Authorities have registered 39 presidential candidates for Sunday's election, a list that includes incumbent Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, two former presidents, several officials, and one woman, Fauzia Yusuf Haji Adam, a legislator who once served as Somalia's foreign minister. The vote will take place amid heightened insecurity as the Al-Qaeda-linked armed group Al-Shabaab would oppose the federal government continues to stage lethal attacks in the capital and elsewhere in the Horn of Africa nation. At a news conference today, police spokesman Abdi Fattah Aden announced a full curfew in the capital, Mogadishu, covering traffic and people from Saturday at 9 p.m. until Monday at 6 a.m. Meanwhile, lawmakers, security personnel, and all other officials involved in the vote are still free to move during these hours. The United Arab Emirates long-term de facto ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Said Al Nahyan was elected as president today, a day after the death of his former leader. Sheikh Mohammed was elected by the Federal Supreme Council after years of calling the shots from behind the scenes, while his half-brother, President Khalifa bin Said Al Nahyan, was sidelined by poor health. The rulers of the UAE 7 Sheikdoms made a decision at a meeting after Sheikh Khalifa died on Friday at age 73. In entertainment, American rapper Gchild, popularly known as Lil Kid, has died at 24. His death was confirmed by his brother Semaja Renda, who is also a rapper that goes by the stage name Lil Gotit. Sharing a picture of himself and his brother on his Instagram page, Lil Gotit expressed disbelief and sadness over Lil Kid's death. The fast rising late rapper, who hailed from Atlanta, has released a number of albums, singles, and mixtapes. It is also reported that he left behind a daughter named Nachu. And moving to sports, China withdrew as the 2023 Asian Cup host because of the coronavirus as the country battles its worst outbreak since the early days of the pandemic. The Asian Football Confederation, AFC, praised Chinese officials for making what it's called difficult but necessary in the collective interest of the AFC Asian Cup. The 24-nation tournament was to be played in 10 cities in mostly newly built stadiums in June and July of next year. Meanwhile, China's withdrawal today could let Qatar or Saudi Arabia step up as host, while both are bidding in a contest to host the 2027 edition. Also, India and Iran are also candidates for the 2027 edition, with a decision expected early next year. So in the news, our recap of major highlights. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo asked Nigerians to elect the best come 2023 election, and Governor Godwin Obaseki blamed increasing rates of drug abuse in Edo State on ASU strike. On the foreign scene, Somalia set to hold unsettled presidential election. In sport, China withdraws as 2023 Football Asian Cup host. Society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they know they shall never sit. On behalf of the news editor, Chibike Peter, I am Lilian Ezinwa Uzoizie saying good evening, and stick around for the Dry Show coming up at 6:15.
It's about justice. It's about fairness. It's about equity. All are for Isuzo in showing Indian people where to go. For governor come 2023, Ka Isuzo.
In Nigeria, the drug abuse situation is complex.
While the world is battling with alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, inhalants, and synthetic drugs,
The situation in